This is InfinitEvol from DayByDayENT.com. And most definitely, we're here in downtown Soho at Gabriel Urist Expo and Sample Set. So let's go upstairs and see what we got today.
It's a pity from the chair, I can't dance like I'm Diddy. Was that a compliment or disrespect of Diddy? They say that he's an MC, but come on now, really is he not? If I could get up, I would Harlem shake it till I'm dizzy. Walk into a club, get on dance floor, get busy. And yes, I am a pro at this, just like my boy named Twizzy. And I don't need no Alizé, Hennessy or Tangeray. No Patron, just a microphone, also day by day. Always do things my way, always mean the things I say. Always make my foes feel my wrath, get the last laugh. I'm from the Upper West Side, Manhattan, yes the best side. While growing up and rap coming up, talent shows, mad flow, yeah I'm showing up. Homegrown, name known, grim is blowing up. I'ma make it to the top and rap, I'm in it to win it. And yes, I'm in Manhattan and I'll be there in a minute. All I need is a microphone. All I need is my DJ. All I need is...
I'm here with Lemon, and most definitely he is somebody we had to meet because he put the beautiful words in proper order on this wooden backboard. So Lemon, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and the poem after the fact?
Well, I'm a poet, actor, playwright, and I love basketball, I love sports, I love anything that has to do with just fast-paced competition. Basketball is one of those things. Just like I'm a big fan of football as well. And this is Gabriel's a friend of mine, so he was like, we spoke, gave me jewelry, just rock. And I've always been wanting to put my stuff is more visual. That's why I like to put my poetry to plays. I like to put my poetry to films, just because I like to hear people. I like people to see it and hear it at the same time. So this was a perfect example of that, which is how do we put a poem on the backboard? He had the concept of putting something on the backboard, and actually the poem is really the backboard speaking. The backboard has a voice. The backboard has a history on the court while players are there and are not there. So this is what it is. This is like the backboard talking. And and the view is what he's saying. He's just talking from the view of where he's at. The angle where he's at. Yeah. He's higher up in the air. He sees people from the top looking down. So I just kind of like let it speak to me. I actually allowed the backboard to have its own language and let it speak, and I just kind of recorded it and put it down.
Okay. So other than the backboard having its own voice, I definitely got that. But I want to know a little bit more about what you're going to be doing for this year. I love the work that you did last year for Spike Lee on that Absolute ad.
81 square miles of broken valleys, double Dutch country, okie doke Native American stomping grounds, 10-cup alleys, wicked bushes, Fort Greene pastures, riotous beaches, slope parks, congregating on the stoop after the lights go dark, cause that's our place of absolute style, of absolute grace. Those stoops where our legends are made. Flatlands, Browns, Georgetown, Borough Park, Wingate, Brooklyn Heights.
If anybody out there have seen that bottle last year, it was not only immaculately done, but it made all Brooklyn people proud. If you own a brownstone, get the bottle. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that was a great collaboration between me and Spike. Me and Spike go like back a couple of years now, since I did filming on something in the city, and ever since then we've been collaborating on stuff. We just finished Carmelo Anthony spot, and so Absolute Brooklyn came from me putting up a play about Brooklyn, Polk County and things, and Spike got on board to present that show to the public theater as well with the public theater. It's a really, really great space to rock out of and really tell like an urban story, a rich story. On a stage like that, it meant a lot. So we came together and we decided, he just called me up and was like, look, Absolute, it's like, what's up, man, you want to rock? Do it better than me, I understand what the stoop meant, it was really about the stoops, and it was really like, again, it was like the ritual of hanging out on the stoop. It's like, for me, I understand that language. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, I'm born and raised in Park Slope, Sunset Park, East New York. I've traveled all around. I'm not originally from be somewhere because I've always been traveling around.
That's good to know.
You know, I spent most of my time in Sunset Park, but I just kept moving after that. So the students are very, very different than they were come from. So writing that was amazing. You know, it's a lot. It's again, you know, that's the thing about being a poet is that it allows you to really just go for like the abstract storytelling without having a beat behind it, without trying to ride a beat. You know, it's like everyone's. You don't have to hear me rhyme. It's really about what I'm saying. And my heartbeats, the rhythm. Okay. So it was a great collaboration. Spike's my man. He's the homie. So
yeah. And along with that, now let's give a good shout out to 40 Acres and the Mule.
Yeah.
They have done Brooklyn to the best, and the best example.
Yeah.
Lemon, Day by Day Entertainment, Gabriel Urists.
Always mean the things I say. Always make my foes feel their rap coming up. Talent shows, mad flow, yeah, I'm showing up.
Okay, once again, InfinitEvol Day by Day correspondent. I'm here with the artist, the street artist, the gallery king of Soho, AvOne. Now, for security purposes, AV wants to keep anonymity, so what we're going to do, we're blurring him out. So, brother, would you please tell me about the work that you were commissioned to do by MF Grimm at Day by Day Entertainment for Gabriel Urists? Would you tell us a little bit about this backboard that's right here today?
I guess those guys came together with an idea about it, and I got a poem written by Lemon Anderson, and then I just did the font, and then I got Goodwood to cut it, so it's like a major collaboration.
Okay, so Lemon Anderson, he's mostly a big person in Brooklyn because he did the Absolute ads last year.
He's known for being a big poet and playwright as well.
Okay, poet and playwright.
Yeah.
Now, I want to go into the fact that this backboard is definitely all wood, and it's actually a backboard. AvOne, single-handedly, by freehand, did the poem on there. So if you want to just look at craftsmanship, look at Day by Day Entertainment, Gabriel Urists, and AvOne.
Homegrown, name known, Grimm is blowing up. I'ma make it to the top and rap, I'm in it to win it. And yes, I'm in Manhattan and I'll be there in a minute. All I need is a microphone. All I need is my DJ. All I need is a beat. All I need is the beat pro. All I need is a microphone. All I need is my DJ. All I need is a beat.
Got William Jamieson here. He's the artist that we commissioned to do the NBA jump up. So not only are we going to interview him, we're going to allow him to tell us his story and account of how all the work got started last year. So William, tell me a little bit about yourself, how the work got started last year, and how Day by Day came to acquire you to do this work.
I've been drawing since I was about 7 years old, and drawing's always been my passion. How I came to know Infinite and be a part of Day by Day Entertainment was one day I was strolling right down Prince Street, and they happened to see that I had a portfolio, and Infinite had asked if, mind take a look at it. They saw my work, and he liked it, told me he was going to contact me within like 2 weeks. But me, being the person that I am, I always hear people say they're going to contact and never do contact. But it happened a chance that he contacted me, asked me, I want you to meet Gabriel Urists, is a person I'd like you to meet. He's looking for an artist. Came to meet Gabriel. Gabriel liked what I was doing, and they presented me with the NBA project that they had did. And it was a challenge in itself because of the fact that it had multiple characters in it. And I'm mostly used to drawing more like 3 to 5 characters in a page. So I had to go a larger size sheet of paper. It took a little longer to do, but it was, like I said, it was fulfilling. It was a challenge in itself, and everything came out really positive in that.
Okay, and I can definitely concur on that. Now, another thing I'd like to touch on is that you are also a musician, a producer, and I've also been able to acquire some of your production for a project we're doing, and I also commissioned you to work with me on my Megatron comic.
Yes. Probably like a couple weeks ago, I got a call from Infinite in terms of wanting to do a comic book. We've been in talks about it during the time I met Gabriel on the NBA project, and from that point on, I came to meet with Infinite a couple of weeks ago. We sat down, we discussed, and at the same time, Infinite have listened to some of the music that I've done and wanted to know if I could bring some music by. Sure enough, I had my CD with me, listened to a couple of tracks. So that's coinciding with a project that I'm about to put out soon, and the musical CD is going to be part of that project.
Most definitely.
Infinite was, you know, I'm blessed to have Infinite bless his vocals over my beats, you know, so I'm excited to see what the progress is going to be and how things are going to move forward.
Yeah. So not only are we merging together on art and music, this is our culture. So by day, being what it is going to be strong. I want to give a shout out to MF Grimm, my brother MF Doom, my other brothers from Monster Island Czars. We are here. And I also want to say hello and thank you to Tangy News. Thank you very much for your contribution. And Will, we want to give one shout out to Grimm. Peace, Grimm.
Yeah, peace, Grimm. Thank you for the opportunity. You've been a professional ever since the time I met you. And, you know, keep on being who you are. You know, peace.
I collected microphones like different pairs of sneakers. A true B-boy, ran around and battled. Gunslinger, high noon, jumped off saddle. In middle of the town, beef we gotta settle. Acapella screaming loud like it's heavy metal. Flow for flow, break them down, get up in this metal.
Hey, how you doing? It's InfinitEvol. Gabriel Urist again. He granted us a private interview, and that's so much a good thing because tonight we're gonna get real in depth. Now, Gabriel, we had a chance to be at your sample sale and exhibition that was held at 75 Green Street on the 5th floor. And let me say thank you for inviting us, and we were glad to come out and support you. So again, I'm gonna just ask you, tell me a little bit more about what the sample sale and exhibition was about, the products that were premiered, and all the new pieces that you're gonna release sometime soon.
Well, I've been building a body of work over the last 15 years, you know what I'm saying? So I've accumulated a lot of pieces that I got a chance to display and get a bunch of people together. A lot of friends of mine came out and supported Gabe the Jeweler, you know what I'm saying? It was a pleasure having you all there. I'm glad you guys came through, and it was a lot of fun. And it was a beautiful thing. I kind of got my all my stuff on display in a good way. Okay. I'm happy with it. I'm real happy. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, now I have a couple of questions about a couple of interesting people you had a chance to work with last year. One of the people was Lemon. Lemon is definitely known as a playwright. He's also known as a poet and also as an exhibition artist. And his biggest thing last year was being a part of that Absolute ad. So if you could tell me how you had a chance to work with Lemon and basically what direction that took us in for this year in Expo.
Well, my good friend Chris Mack works with Lemon, and I got to meet Lemon through Chris. And at the Michael Jackson Day last year, I asked Lemon to write me a poem. I said I want to make a backboard, and I want to put your poem on the backboard and build a backboard with your poem on it. So it took Lemon very little time to write a poem from the perspective of the backboard.
Okay.
It took me a long time to cut the poem out of wood and assemble it onto the backboard. Originally, I thought it was going to be a short piece, but Lemon wrote a long poem, so it took me a long time to cut all the words out and put onto the backboard. I originally wanted to make all the letters out of metal, but next time, the poem was so long, we cut them out of wood. Took a little bit less time than the metal, but that was one of my favorite pieces in the show, and I love working with Lemon. My mother's a playwright, so there was always play readings going on in my house, and I'm a big fan of Lemon's work.
Okay. Also, on that note, with the work with Lemon, I know that Day by Day Entertainment had a commissioned artist we put you with by the name of AvOne, and I understand that he wrote out the text for the backboard itself in a graffiti style. So just tell me a little bit about how you liked his work and also how you felt that it was important to have it on the backboard itself.
I just love working with my friends, you know, getting my friends together, creating things together. So I didn't want to have a normal font. I was playing with the poem and figuring out ways to put the poem and write it out. So I was hanging out with AV, and he, AV suggested, doing it this way. So AV wrote the poem out by hand and created he did the calligraphy.
Most definitely.
Carrie she cut the letters out on the, she lasered them out on the laser machine. Mm-hmm. So it was a production. The four of us, produced that piece together. Yes. I'm a big fan of AV's work. AV's,
definitely.
And
AvOne, that's AvOne Destroy Rebuild Brooklyn, AvOne Destroy Rebuild New York. But another thing is, I really felt that it was an instrumental part of the backboard because Lemon himself said that the backboard needed a voice. And Lemon being one of Brooklyn's own, you're one of Brooklyn's own, AvOne is one of Brooklyn's own. So I definitely love that, man. And the backboard was definitely heard at your loft exhibition. Another thing I'd like to touch on is, tell me about your relationship with MF Grimm.
Percy hit me up one day, and he said, it's my, I'm a fan of your work. And I'm thinking about getting something for my girl, and let's talk about what we could do for her and what we can make for her. And maybe we could do this. Maybe we could do a shoe piece. If you got some artwork in your head, let's talk about it, and we could develop something together and create something. And so he hit me back. Oh, I like where this is going. This is cool. Let's work together on something. I'm Percy Carey. MF Grimm. I was like, oh, you're MF Grimm. I'm a huge fan of yours. I was listening to your music. I remember the Slow It Up, Speed It song. I would listen to that song on repeat. Yeah. And that was big inspiration to me. That's my biggest inspiration is the music. So getting to work with Grimm, so Grimm kind of knighted me in MF.
Yeah, most definitely.
And that was like one of the biggest honors of 2010, okay. So last year Grimm and I we spoke a lot over the phone, and we emailed back and forth, and we got the pieces for his girl done. Yeah. He was happy. It was a success. She was happy. So that Grimm.
That's a good sum up right there. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is I do understand and know by looking at the pieces of the show and also working with you last year that you also got a big account with the NBA, and you made a lot of NBA themed team pieces. That's a good thing. So tell me about that.
Well, I've been a basketball player my whole life. And one day the NBA hit me up, and they said they were just, they were looking at my website and asked me if I'd be interested in working together. Yeah. So that was huge. So since then, I've been working with the NBA for 5 years, kind of developing jewelry collections for them. It's a little bit different. It's my first real mass distribution opportunity, and it's changed my life. And it's a beautiful thing, and it's a pleasure working with them. I love the people that I work with at the NBA, and I love going to the All-Star game and going to the basketball games, and I just love basketball. I do jewelry for basketball tournaments here in the city, all kinds of different basketball tournaments. I made trophies, I made the awards, I made the prizes, I made medals, I made rings for the champions, and I love all of that. Basketball to me, it's my favorite art form, and it's the universal language of love.
And like that, I think that is so much important, and it's so important to Brooklyniters, just period, because they take the Knicks seriously, and they wouldn't have it anywhere else. But to get it from you, it means so much more. You know what I mean? If it came from somebody else outside the city, it wouldn't mean as much. And I know that the NBA knew that. So they did a good thing by picking you up and picking you for that work. The works are detailed. How many teams?
There's 30 teams.
30 teams, 30 pieces, and it's like variations of all the pieces that he has. So you definitely want to look out for Gabriel Urist and the NBA. NBA, you did a good thing by reaching out to this person right here. Another thing I wanted to touch on was the graphics, the work that was done. You had 2 nice banners that were hung that I know was done by an artist that day by day commissioned by the name of William Jamieson. Tell me how you worked with William and how you felt that the work came out to represent you at your exhibition and sales show.
Well, I want to say thank you for what you just said about the NBA and the basketball stuff.
Most definitely.
But working with William has just been, it's been a pleasure. He's just a raw talent. You know, the posters in the show were kind of a direct reflection of what I had in my mind and what I had talked to William about. William and I will get together and I'll talk to him about concepts of the jewelry making process and different elements of metalsmithing that I want to kind of portray somehow with him through illustration and his style. So, you know, William just kills it. I think just drawing, it's just, I mean, his work is beautiful.
That's true.
You know,
That's
so.
True.
He didn't know that I blew up those posters so big, you know. That was maybe my favorite part of it.
You definitely did the work justice, and the reason that I love that you did blow them up is that it gave it a gallery feel. The gallery feel in the loft just took over with the whole theme of the show. It molded with your pieces. It reflected everything that you wanted to do and everything that you brought to that NBA standpoint. And I think you really did a good job, man, most definitely.
Thank you, Infinite. Yeah, I mean, I take no credit for William's work. I mean, that's all him. He kills it every time. We're working on some new things. I'm excited to work with him on some new things, and he's just a cool cat. You know, he's just real dedicated and serious, you know.
Yeah, I'll be working with William myself on my Megatron comic for my album. I also will be working with him on a couple of other properties. He's a producer and everything as well. So with that, I think we can sum this up. Listen, again, it's day-by-day correspondent InfinitEvol here with Gabriel Urist, and please go out, just Google the name Gabriel Urist. Not only will you get a lot of work to watch and look, but a lot of work to purchase. This is my brother right here. Thank you. Peace.
Now get up in his mental. Try to kill him with my words, it's not accidental. I'm not being gentle, trying to dismantle. You thought it was a knife the way I drew blood with a pencil. I am unbeatable, challenge disagreeables. Flow with gamma rays, so no, I'm not seeable. Transform, roll out, a bullet change my vehicle. Optimist illusions, overcome obstacles. I never get heated, I'm as cool as a popsicle. Pop too much shit, Grim Reaper busts his popsicle. Broad daylight, shining eyes cause it's nickel. It touch your funny bone, but it won't tickle. All I need is a microphone.